Hey everyone, welcome back to Solo Party. My name is Kane, and today we are beginning our Ascension 3 run with the Defect. Before we get started, someone in the comments was asking what each Ascension was going to be doing, so I'll go ahead and show this Ascension card here if you want to pause this and look at everything. We're on Ascension 3, so we have added the harder events into the deck. Now we can roll for our boss. And we just did the slime boss, so let's go ahead and try to roll against something else. Okay, they really want us to fight the slime boss. Okay, a 4 means we're going to be seeing the Hexaghost. And now we'll roll for our first encounter. 5 isn't on the board, so we'll re-roll. Okay, 3. And we'll be facing the red and green louse. The Defect starting relic lets it channel 1 lightning. So you can see we've already placed 1 lightning cube into its slot. And then we've got the keys here for the different types of orbs we'll be able to be summoning. So lightning at the end of turn is going to deal 1 damage, and if we ever evoke a lightning orb, it's going to deal 2 damage. Frost orb at the end of turn is going to give us 1 block, and if we ever evoke it, it will also give us 1 block. And then dark orbs, whenever we evoke those, they do nothing passively at the end of turn. Whenever we evoke them, we deal 3 damage plus 1 for each power you have in play. So that's pretty different from the digital game. It kind of gives dark more power synergy than just outright damage like it does in the game. And I still need to do Niao's Blessing actually, so let's draw one. And we've got this one, so we're going to gain our 3 coin and a card reward. All right, and it's already beginning. We can either choose Ball Lightning, Claw, or Stack. And now if we look at Niao's Blessing, our other options are going to be remove a card, transform a card, or gain a relic and lose 2 HP. And I think I'm going to take Claw and then go ahead and remove a card. Let's go ahead and start slimming our deck down, see if we can make this Claw build work. So we will gain that Claw into our deck and remove a basic strike. And now we can begin combat. Our starting hand is going to be Zap. Okay, so this is one of the Defect's unique cards. It lets us channel 1 lightning for 1 energy. A Defend. Defend, strike, and a strike. Now we'll roll our die to see what the enemies are going to do. Okay, a 3. So we're being attacked for 2 and 1, so a total of 3. And that unfortunately does not trigger our loaded die. So we are going to have to take damage here, but we're going to spend 2 of our energy to play 2 defends, going up to 2 block. And we will use our last energy to play a zap and channel another lightning orb. And so y'all can keep up with the amount of orbs we have and everything. I'll actually keep the cubes up here next to our Defect. And now at the end of our turn, we can deal 1 damage each. And we will go ahead and do 1 to each the red louse and the green louse. Because remember, they have curl up. The first time that they take damage, they gain 2 block. So they would gain 2 block right now. But then when their turn starts, they're just going to remove that block. So I'm not going to bother adding that right now. So the enemies activate and attack us for a total of 3, so we do take 1 damage, putting us down to 7 HP. We'll draw back up for a defend, strike, defend, dual cast, and claw. Okay, so with each of them at 2 HP remaining and lightning dealing 2 damage whenever it's evoked, we get to evoke one of these twice. 2 damage to each of those defeats the red louse. And that's a very easy first combat for us. We're going to gain 1 gold, putting us up to 6. And we'll get another card reward. Sunder, Leap, or Ball Lightning again. And I still think we want a little bit more damage. Getting some more orb generation is going to be good. So we will take Ball Lightning this time. Now, the first thing I see when I look at our pathing options this time is right down the middle, we have 3 elites we could hit with 2 campfires in there. And then the real question is, do I think we have enough damage to get through 3 elites? We're only going to be gaining another card reward right there, but I guess we'll also get more card rewards whenever we defeat the elites. So I think we are going to try it. I mean, Act 1 is the time to really test it out, see if you can get through those elites. So yeah, let's just go ahead and go up the middle, and we'll see an event. So we drew Big Fish. Objects float before you. Which do you choose? We can heal 2. We've only taken 1, so we're not going to take that option. Donut lets us upgrade a starter strike. Box lets us gain a relic and gain a curse, or Restraint lets us remove a starter strike. And I think removing another starter strike is more in line with what we're doing. We just gained another, we gained our first Ball Lightning. So that first time we removed a strike, replaced it with a claw. Then we removed this strike, placed it with a Ball Lightning. That's just keeping our deck thin and filled with better cards that we want to see. And after that, we have our first regular encounter. And okay, we see some more louses. A red louse, but this time we're facing a green and another red louse. All right, let's see our first hand. We've got a zap, strike, strike. We would like to see some defense. There we go. Defend and dual cast. We'll roll our die. And a 4 does get us 1 block. And we're being attacked for 2, 3, 4 total damage. So I definitely think the first thing we want to do is spend 1 energy to dual cast. That'll let us evoke our lightning orb. So we'll go ahead and deal 2 damage to this first louse, taking it down to 2. And then it will gain its 2 block. It unfortunately doesn't work like the video game where both of the evokes would go through before the block is gained. So we're then going to put another 2 damage. We'll go ahead and just choose this second one, taking it down to 1, and it will also gain 2 block. We'll go ahead and spend 1 more energy to zap and get our lightning orb back. And we will use our last energy to defend, putting us up to 2 block. At the end of our turn, our lightning orb will deal 1 damage to this red louse, also giving it 2 block. But now at the start of the turn, all of the enemies are going to lose their block. And when the red louse activates, we get attacked for 2, taking us down to 0 block. And then the green louse and red louse both hit us for 1, taking us down to 5 HP. And we'll draw our hand. At the start of our turn, we get a defend, defend, ball lightning, claw, and defend. We'll roll our die. And a 3 does not give us anything, but we're still getting attacked for 2, 1, and 1 respectively. The green louse is on 1, so we'll probably just finish that off with our lightning at the end of the turn. We will start by spending 1 energy for ball lightning. We'll deal 1 damage to the red louse, taking it down to 1, and channel another lightning. Then for no energy, we will claw. That's going to gain us a red cube. And then we get to make an X attack, and X is how many red cubes we have gained this combat. So we've gained 1, so a 0 cost 1 damage attack. We'll do that to this red louse, taking it down to 1. And we can just spend 1 more energy to play a single defend, and that will be enough block for the turn. Because when we end our turn, we will deal 1 lightning to the red louse, 1 lightning to the green louse, and now the red louse is the only one left, and it will be attacking us for 1. So we are able to block that 1 damage. And we're not going to draw. We have 2 lightnings channeled, so we can just draw up, end our turn, and then the lightning will take care of the last red louse. So we did unfortunately take quite a bit of damage there, but we are going to gain 1 more coin, putting us up to 7. Okay, and for our card rewards, we have drawn Leap, Reprogram, or Darkness. And now I don't think we're going to take Darkness. We don't have any powers yet to help power that up. Reprogram gains us a strength and remove all of our orbs. That's not too bad. Or just a leap, so 2 blocks to any player in switching rows. It just feels bad to take because we're playing solo. So yeah, I think let's try to take a reprogram. Gaining 1 strength, that means, all of our strikes are going to be a little better. Our claw, which is what we're going for, kind of. So yeah, let's try out a reprogram. We've only got 1 option for our pathing here, so we'll see another event. And we found the lab. Each player gains a potion, and then roll the die once for the party. So we've gained an energy potion. Roll the die. Okay, and on a 1, we don't gain anything else. And now we have a campfire. And okay, as much as I would like to upgrade a card right now, I think just to make sure we can survive these elites, let's go ahead and heal back up to 8. And let's see our first elite. And we've drawn the sentries. All right, so let's draw up our first hand. A strike, strike, zap, reprogram, and a ball lightning. So, all right, next to no defense here, let's roll, see if we can get any from our die. And okay, a 5 does give us 1 block. We will go ahead and start with a reprogram. That's going to give us 1 strength, and we'll lose our lightning orb. Then we'll spend another energy for a ball lightning. That'll deal 1 damage to Sentry A. And then we get our lightning back. Sorry, 2 damage because of our strength, so it's at 5. And we'll go ahead and pay 1 for a zap. At the end of our turn, we have 2 lightning, so we're going to go ahead and choose to do... We'll do 2 damage to Sentry B, taking it to 6. Sorry, we'll do 1 damage to Sentry A and 1 damage to Sentry B, because we know a single dual cast can now defeat Sentry A. And now I was going to end my turn, but actually I think let's go ahead and use our energy potion. It feels a bit early, but if it gets us through this elite without taking so much damage, that's going to be good. Because then that's going to allow us to play both of our remaining strikes for 2 damage each. And since this is a 5, we know Sentry A is attacking for 3, so we can deal 4 damage, taking it down to 1. Then when we end our turn, we can defeat Sentry A with one of our lightning. And then we'll go ahead and do one more damage to Sentry B, putting it at 7 with the other lightning. And now we're taking no damage for this turn. We are just going to be getting 2 dazed on top of our draw pile. And so we get those dazed, and the Sentry will move down, and we'll draw our hand. So obviously we have our 2 dazed on top. Defend, defend, and dual cast. We'll roll our die. And a 4 means that we're getting attacked for 2 and 1 more daze, and we also do get 1 block. We will spend 1 energy on a defend, putting us up to 2 block, and we will spend 1 more energy on a dual cast to evoke one of our lightning orbs. And that means we'll deal 4 damage to Sentry B here, taking it down to 3. We don't need to play another defend because we are fully blocking, so we'll end our turn, exhausting our daze, and dealing 1 more damage with our orb, taking B down to 2. The first Sentry attacks us for 2, which we fully block, and then the second Sentry adds a daze to our draw pile. We'll start our turn by drawing, and we of course have our daze. We drew our claw, defend, and defend. Now we'll shuffle for 1 more card, and it is another dual cast. Okay, and of course Sentry went down. It's now applying 2 daze into our draw pile. We will start by playing claw. That'll give us 1 red cube, meaning we are attacking for a total of 2, 1 from the red cube, 1 from the strength, and that will defeat Sentry B. And we, of course, need to roll, see if we gain any block. Not that it'll matter. And we do. We go to 1 block, but now we're only getting dazed into our draw pile. So we will just spend 1 energy to dual cast, and we will evoke our last lightning in order to deal 4 damage, taking this Sentry down to 4. The daze in our hand exhausts, but we get this one and 1 more added to the top of our draw pile. And we will move the action cube. So when we draw up, we have our 2 dazed, a defend, ball lightning, and a strike. And drawing 2 attacks, we don't even need to roll, we will. Here we go. So we did gain our 1 block, but when we play 1 energy for our strike, that does 2, taking it down to 2. And then our ball lightning for another 1 energy also deals 2 because of our strength. And we defeated the Sentries without taking any damage, which is really fortunate, because we did not really have a good deck to go up against them, I didn't think, at the start. So for that, we're going to gain 2 more coins, putting us to 9. Then we also gain our first relic. We gain Golden Eye. Once per combat, we can scry 3. Okay, that's really good, actually, for getting to our claws faster. So scry is going to let us look at the top 3 cards of our deck, and then any of them that we don't want, we can discard, and any of the other ones we can just put back on top. And we also get a card reward. Okay, our golden ticket, so we'll see what rare card we have. A Barrage or a Compile Driver. Neither of those really good because we have that reprogrammed, so we're getting rid of our orbs pretty fast. So let's see what rare card we get. Defragment. Okay, so for 3 energy, this is a power and ethereal. Orb end of turn effects get +1. So really, I don't think we're in a position to really make good use of this. Like I said, we're not going to be having that many orbs out, so I think we'll take Compile Driver because it does at least draw us 1 card. And next up, we get a free relic. Okay, we grabbed Warpaint again. We see this one a lot. So we get to upgrade a starter defend and another skill, then discard the card. And we're going to choose to upgrade reprogram, making it a 0-cost card. And now we have another regular encounter. And we'll be facing 2 Fungi Beast. All right, let's get our starting hand going. We've got Strike, Defend, Dual Cast, Compile Driver, and Ball Lightning. Okay, pretty good starting hand. Let's roll the die. Okay, and so a 1 means this Fungi Beast will attack us for 2, and this one is going to gain 2 strength. So I think we're okay with not taking out the Fungi Beast that's attacking us for 2 this turn. And we can hopefully set this up to where we kill both of them on the same turn, so we don't have to worry about the Spore Cloud, because whenever we kill one, we're going to gain Vulnerable. We're going to spend 1 to play Dual Cast, and we will deal 4 damage to this first Fungi Beast, taking it down to 2. And let's actually go ahead and use our Golden Eye to scry 3. Because if we can get our 0-cost Claw on top, then that'll kind of help us inform what we want to play for the next couple cards. So we have our upgraded Defend, our Strike, okay, and our Zap. So I think we're fine with all of those. We'll just leave them in the same order because if we draw into our Defend, we will at least be able to block the Fungi Beast. So afterwards, we will play our Compile Driver. deal 1 damage to the Fungi Beast, taking it to 1. Then we get to draw a card, which we know is our Defend, which we will go ahead and play for its upgraded side, giving us 2 block. Now, when we end our turn, the Fungi Beast is going to attack us for 2, which we block through, and the other Fungi Beast is going to gain 2 strength. Now, when we draw up, we have a Strike, Zap, Claw, Reprogram, and Defend. We roll, which gives us a 2, which means, again, this Fungi Beast will attack us for 2, and this one's just going to gain strength, which is actually perfect. So while we don't have any orbs, we'll go ahead and reprogram for 0, giving us a strength. Then we'll spend 1 energy to gain a lightning orb. We'll spend 1 more energy to strike for 2, taking this Fungi Beast down to 3. And then we will claw for 0 energy, but also for 2 because we have 1 strength and 1 red cube, taking this Fungi Beast again down to 1. Then when we end our turn, this Lightning Beast will defeat this Fungi Beast. This Lightning Orb will defeat this Fungi Beast. And we do gain a Vulnerable, but again, this is on 1 HP. So no matter what happens next turn, no matter what we draw, we can just end our turn and this Lightning will defeat the Fungi Beast. So we'll just call it there. And we gain another coin that takes us to 10. We get a Potion and a Purity Potion and a card reward. Got Turbo, another Claw, and Hologram. Now, Hologram synergizes really well with the claws, but can we afford to pass up taking an additional claw? Knowing we're up against either Lagavulin or the Gremlin Knob, I do think we need to take the other claw for more damage as opposed to a skill, which is going to hurt us against the Gremlin Knob or just kind of not gain us really any tempo against the Lagavulin. It also exhausts until we upgrade it. So I think right now just getting the damage is what we want to do. And next we have another event. Okay, we saw this one last time, Wing Statue, so we can pray to remove a card and lose 2 HP, or we can just gather gold. Yeah, we're not getting to a shop soon. We've got enough gold. I think we can afford to lose 2 HP to remove a card. Again, thinning our deck, especially since we just picked up that second claw. Yeah, remove a card, lose 2 HP. So we say goodbye to another basic strike, and we go down to 6 HP. And now we're going to go to the campsite. And while we could rest for 3, I think we are going to choose to upgrade this time, and we're going to upgrade a claw. So now it gets to do +1 damage. And here we have a choice. We can go for an elite, or we could play it safe and go for an event. I mean, not necessarily safe, but, you know, a little less guaranteed we're going to be going up against something tough. But I think we're going to go for it. Let's go ahead and do that elite. All right, and we are up against the Gremlin Knob. All right, and we'll draw our starting hand for this. We get a reprogram. Okay, good to get early. Ball Lightning, Defend, Defend, and a Strike. Okay, not too bad. We do get a couple skills out of our deck because we know its first turn is just it gaining Enraged, meaning after we play a skill, we're going to take 1 damage. So we will go ahead and start by playing Program for 0. We do lose this Lightning Orb, but we gain a Strength. We can then spend 1 energy on a Ball Lightning, dealing 2 damage, taking it to 15, but then we also get to channel that lightning back. And we don't need to play any of our defense because we're not being attacked, so we will spend another energy on a strike for another 2, taking it down to 13. Oh, I guess let's roll. Again, block isn't going to matter, but, you know, there we go. We gained 1 block. And now the Gremlin Knob will gain Enraged, and it's going to start attacking us for 3 and gaining strength. So let's see what we draw this time. Our upgraded Defend, Compile Driver, Defend, Claw, and Dual Cast. So we'll go ahead and start by using our Golden Eye to scry 3 and see if we can't pick up our other Claw. Now we only have 2 cards in our draw pile, so we only get to look at 2. And yeah, we don't want to play any more skills this combat, so we're going to discard our Zap and put our Claw on top. Then we're going to spend 1 energy for Compile Driver. That'll deal 2 damage, taking it to 11, and we draw a card because we have 1 lightning, and of course it's our upgraded Claw. We'll then play our unupgraded Claw to gain us a red cube. And it deals 2 damage, taking it down to 9. And then we get to play our other Claw for 0, giving us another red cube. And that attacks for 4, taking it down to 5. And while I could play Dual Cast here to do, 4 more damage to it, I think it's going to be safer and will take less damage over the long run if we only choose to play our upgraded block, giving us 2 block, and then we take 1 damage for enraged, putting us down to 1 block. Depending on what they are, as long as we can draw 1 or 2 attacks next turn, we will be able to defeat the Gremlin Knob. So we'll end our turn and deal 1 damage from lightning, taking it to 4. And now the Knob will attack us for 3. We have 1 block, so we take 2 damage, going down to 4. He'll gain his strength. So this turn we are being attacked for 4. We know at the end of our turn, as long as our lightning is there, that we will be dealing 1 damage with that. So if we can get 3 damage in our hand, we will have the win. And so we'll draw up, defend, strike, defend, channel lightning, or ball lightning, and dual cast. And so yeah, that definitely will do it. We can just, well, we're not going to play our dual cast so we don't take damage, but we can spend 1 energy for a strike and 1 energy for a ball lightning. Each of those deal 2 damage. It has 4. That defeats the Gremlin Knob. We gain 2 coin, putting us at 12. We gain a relic, and we get Runic Pyramid. Once per combat, we can retain any number of cards this turn. And we can check out the card reward. A Steam Barrier, Equilibrium, or a Recycle. I don't think Recycle works with what we're going for, but between Equilibrium and Steam Barrier, we are getting quite a few cards that cost 0, so Steam Barrier could be good for that. But Equilibrium is just 3 block for 2, and especially if we have 0 cost cards, we'll be able to play Equilibrium more often. We get to retain it. I think we're going to try out Equilibrium. And now we have our last campsite before the final boss, the Hexaghost, and we are going to choose to heal here, going to 7 HP. All right, we've got the Hexaghost set up here. Let's draw our opening hand. We have our upgraded Defend, Dual Cast, Compile Driver, Ball Lightning, and a Defend. We're only being attacked for 1 this turn, so let's see if we get that on the die. Okay, a 2 does not get us anything. So let's just start by spending 1 energy for our Compile Driver. That deals 1 damage, taking it down to 35, and we draw a card, which is the Equilibrium. We definitely would have liked these defends for another turn, like next turn, where we're getting attacked for a lot more. But for now, let's go ahead and spend 1 energy to dual cast, which will deal 4 damage, taking it down to 31. And then we can spend 1 energy to block 1. The Hexaghost attacks for 1, which we block, and then it also puts a burn in our discard pile. So for burns, they are unplayable, and if they're in your hand at the end of turn, you take 1 damage. Luckily, if we get a lot of these, we also have our Purity Potion here, which will let us exhaust up to 3 cards. Now we'll draw our next hand. Claw, Strike, Reprogram, Zap, and Claw. So we will start with a Reprogram to gain a Strength. Then we will Claw for 2 damage, taking it to 29. We'll then Claw again for 4 damage, taking it to 25. And we will spend 1 energy for a Strike. That's 2 damage, taking it down to 23. And we will spend 1 more energy on a Zap to channel a Lightning. And we'll end our turn here. The Lightning will deal 1 damage, taking it down to 22. Or well, I guess let's see if we can get 1 block here. Okay, that was cocked. I will re-roll that, even though it would have been a 4. Okay, yeah, no block there. So we get attacked for 2 twice, taking 4 damage, taking us down to 3 HP. So we are really on a time crunch here. And when we draw up, we only have 2 cards. So we get 2 defends, which is useless on this turn. And we also have Dual Cast, Claw, and Strike. So we can start by spending 1 energy for a Strike. That'll deal 2, taking it down to 20. Then we can Claw for 5 damage, taking it to 15. And then we'll go ahead and spend 1 to Dual Cast, evoking our Lightning Orb for 4 damage, taking it to 11. And we should have rolled, sorry, it's not going to matter, we're not getting attacked. So yeah, a 1 does nothing for us. The Hexaghost is going to put 2 more burn in our discard. All right, on this turn we're getting attacked for 3, and then it's going to block for 5. So let's draw our hand. We get a Claw, a Burn, upgraded Defend, Equilibrium, and Compile Driver. We'll roll our die. And 2 still does not get us anything. We'll go ahead and start with our Golden Eye, because we might be able to kill it this turn if we can end up getting our other Claw. So we scry 3. We have 4 cards in our draw pile, so we know that last card has to be the claw. So we're just going to discard all of these. So we'll start here by playing our claw, and that's 5, taking it down to 6. We'll then spend 2 energy to Equilibrium, which will gain us 3 block, so we'll be able to block everything from the Hexaghost here. And we're going to choose to retain our upgraded Defend, because we're getting attacked for 2 next turn, so this will guarantee that we can block through next turn as well. And we will spend our last energy on a Compile Driver for 2 damage, taking it to 4. And we unfortunately don't have any orbs channeled right now, so we do not get the draw from that. At the end of our turn, we do take 1 damage for the burn, and that goes into our discard pile. And now the Hexaghost attacks us for 3, which we block through, and then it gains 5 block. So when we draw up, we have our Defend in hand. We draw Zap, Defend, Reprogram, and Ball Lightning. So we will start with a Reprogram. We have no orbs, so we're just going to gain the Strength. We'll then spend 1 energy to get the 2 block we need to defend this turn. And we will spend 1 energy on a Zap to get a Lightning Orb, and 1 energy on a Ball Lightning to get another Lightning Orb. And that's all of our energy. That would do 3 damage to the block, so it still has 2 block remaining, but then our turn ends. We do 2 damage, which gets rid of the last of the block, but doesn't deal any extra damage, so all the block goes away, which it would have anyways at the start of the Hexaghost turn, so it didn't really matter too much. They attack us for 2, we block through it, and we get 1 more burn in our discard. And I forgot one of the burns from earlier, so I'm going to go ahead and add that now. So we really want to be able to take it out on this turn. It's about to hit us for probably more than we'll be able to block through, so either it dies or we die. Let's draw. Of course, a burn, defend, burn, compile driver, and claw. Okay, so even though we have those, we just play 1 claw. That gives us our 5th cube. That does 5 damage, defeating the Hexaghost. All right. So we get another 3 coin, putting us at 15. We gain a boss relic to choose, and our options are between Ectoplasm, start of turn, gain an energy, and we can't gain any more gold. Empty Cage, remove 2 cards, use it immediately in discard, or White Beast Statue, end of combat, gain a potion. And now I think there's something to be said for most of these. I think they're all pretty good, but I think because we're playing a lot of 0-cost cards, we don't necessarily need Ectoplasm right now. And I think Empty Cage, this just does what we want. It gets us to our claws more often, so we're going to take Empty Cage. And we will remove our last strike and a defend. And lastly, let's get our rare card reward. Either Echo Form, okay. Meteor Strike, we definitely do not have the energy base for Meteor Strike right now, or a Static Discharge. I do like Static Discharge, but I think Echo Form works the most with our deck. We play those claws twice and really just start amping them up. So yeah, we're going to take Echo Form. And it's shiny, so of course we take that. And that has been Act 1 of our Ascension 3 Defect run. We didn't get to see any of the new events in Act 1, but maybe we'll see some of those new ones in Act 2 or 3. This is Solo Party. My name is Kane. Thanks for watching.